Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day where they are. Like I say, I'm not responsible. If anybody gets hurt, it's just my opinion. And today we're going to be talking about the president of Russia or the prime minister or whoever you want to call him. Vladimir Putin. He was born in October 7th, 1952. And he was prime minister since 1999, and he was married in the 80s, and then he got divorced, and he had two daughters from his former wife. I'm looking at that personal life. Yeah, I'm looking. He was married on July 28th. Puda was married to Lynn, I can't pronounce the last name. They lived together in East Germany from 85 to 90, and they had two daughters born April 28th, 1985, in now St. Petersburg, and I can't pronounce the last name. Puda born August 1986 in East Germany, now Germany. So, yeah, he had two daughters, so they got divorced. Now I'm going to do I always ask about the childhood because because you never know how people turn out. So it's good to know in the beginning about his childhood. A lot of people probably wouldn't care, but I'm doing a tarot card. Do I like Putin? Particularly not particularly not. No. But I'm going to read his cards, and I basically don't like any politician. I don't like Trump or Joe Biden or anybody who wants to run for politics. I'm just reading the cards. That's what I do. And please let me know about how his childhood was with his parents. He had sisters and brothers. He was not an only child. He lost one of his brothers when he was young. So he's like 72 now. Please let me know. Tell me about his childhood with his parents. Did he get along with his mother and father when they were alive? Sorry, not always the best shuffler. I'm the first to admit that. So, this is entertainment purposes only. Thank you for the people who signed up for me signing up to be. All right, now I'll do 3 cards about his family life when he was growing up. All right, here we go. All right, he had the Two of Swords reversed. He felt confused, I guess, when he was a kid working. When you're a kid, you get confused because you don't know what you want to do with your life, especially in Russia, because that's a different culture and the way of life. And he felt detached sometimes with other kids. He wanted to play by himself. Maybe he's a little bit of an introvert, a little bit, and he was an emotional person. He got upset easily, I guess, a little bit. That might be other than his Libra chart, because most Libras are outgoing, but there's some that are introverts, so it depends. And he felt lost. He must have felt a little lost when he heard about his brother. I think it was his older brother or younger brother that passed away, so he grieved that, and eventually he grieved when his other people died, and during the Second World War. He was born during the Second War, so there was a lot of grief in Russia during the Second World War, so he probably and he felt sad because he was growing up. He was a little kid during the Second World War, so he probably lost a lot of loved ones through the Second World War, and he felt sad and lonely. Might have felt lonely, sometimes in school he might have felt lonely, or growing up in Russia. Another one, he felt, this is another water sign, this is the Knight of Cups in reverse. He felt that he overreacted, and he got jealous of the other kids in school in his brothers and sisters. He wanted more attention with his brothers and sisters. I guess he had a big family, like 5 or 6 brothers and sisters, and multiple kids in the family. So he didn't get a lot of attention. Maybe he thought he wanted more attention from his parents. You know, they worked for a living, and he wanted more attention, and he probably wanted more friends, and he felt like out of place, like awkward, because some kids do feel awkward. A lot of kids feel awkward when they're growing up. You know, they don't think they're good enough or better enough. So he probably had a lot of issues that he felt heartbroken when his like I said, during the Second World War, and then in the 50s, you know, things were changing in Russia. You know, I don't know too much about what was going on in the 50s and 60s during Russia. So there was a lot of changing, and maybe some people were cheating the government out of the people were being cheated from the government. You know, he was seeing a lot of corruption and cheating from the government. I feel he did see that when he was growing up in Russia. There was a lot of people cheating and taking things that don't belong to them. The government did that, and they didn't think it was right. Well, that wasn't good. Yeah, there was a lot of cheating in the government. What a big surprise when he was growing up. All right, the phone's ringing, but I'm going to let that pass. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ignore that. So I'm going to do a reading about his marriage, because he was only married, I think he's been only married once, because I can't pronounce these Russian names. Good luck. I'm not listening to that. Will you excuse me for a second? They're gonna keep on. Sorry. Sorry, those hospital people. Sorry about that. Here we go. I'm going to ask about his marriage. Sorry about that. His marriage. I'm going to ask a couple cards about his marriage. Did he have a good marriage, or was it kind of sucky? Because it ended up in divorce. Let's see. Did he have a good marriage before it? You know, because they eventually got divorced, he and his wife. It was ruthless, quite powerful, inner truth, power, lack of morals. So he was an absentee father after a while. He wasn't really with that. That's the King of Swords. He maybe wasn't there for his kids, and he had other things on his mind, and he was an absentee father. He wasn't really there for him. I think he wanted power. He was into getting power. That's how he became the prime minister. This is the past. He when he was growing up, after he got married, he wanted to be into politics. So, you know, into that. So he neglected his kids, which isn't good. And love knows no distance. It's translate time and space. So I guess it wasn't going the distance, basically. The next two was the present, when they went before, right after their marriage. He was maybe, this is the Queens of the Swords. He was intelligent, but he was an independent person. He was very judgmental of her and their marriage, which isn't very good. But at times he was protective of her, which is nice, but it didn't save the relationship. And also, this card it says proposal, and offer a proposal in the near future that comes in as a prize. So I guess he was hoping that the marriage would be better and he was going to propose. Maybe they were going to get back together. They were separated and then they were going to get back together, or they were going to, in the present, they were going to get a divorce and then get remarried. We'll see what's in store. Tensions, no. This is the sword thing in reverse. It says there were tensions even now after the divorce. He was unhappy in the relationship with the family. He felt unwelcome with his kids, even though they're adults. He probably has some problems with his kids and his ex-wife. So no, there's no happiness. There's no love lust there. Love happens quickly, but does not lose yourself in the process. So he's hoping he probably found another girlfriend and had another relationship. And this card is the Duck's card. This is a medical card. I'm going to look it up and see what it stands for. I'm learning this is medical duck article. So that is number 16. I hope everybody's having a good day. There's a great power to be found in letting go. Your daily routine or something that you keep doing the same needs to change. A fair, better future. So I guess he needs a better future. He better change his attitude. Him threatening with war and stuff, or his relationship with his family life. We're doing the family, so he needs to change his attitude toward his family, his ex-wife, and his grown children and his grandchildren. He should be a better ex-husband and better grandfather because he has grandkids now. So, yeah, and it also says his I'm looking. Oh, his element. This element is air. And the sign is Sagittarius and Pisces. So, all right, that tells about his marriage. Now we're going to talk about his politics, which I only do the cards or I give my opinions because people say it's taboo talking about politics because it offends a lot of people. But with this is the cards, so this is entertainment purposes, so don't get pissed at me. I just read the cards. Okay, let's talk about, in the nutshell, does he really, two things I'm going to talk about. Does he really despise the United States? Really, despise. I have to say despise because you can't use the H word because you get taken off the air for saying the word H. I guess they think you might do something. Like I would do something. I don't think so. Spending life in prison isn't my thing or something. But anyway, like I said, I'm very blunt. All right, so, does he really despise the United States? Is he pissed off all the time because he acts like it? He says he doesn't like us. So does he really despise the United States? Let's do 3 cards. And this one. That's another deck. I like using multiple decks. All right, let's see. This is the Hermit upright, and it says he feels wisdom and soul searching, solitude, spiritual enlistment, control. It says maybe he doesn't like the United States, so he wants to be left alone. He wants his country to be left alone. He doesn't want any problems, like he thinks the United States is always picking on Russia. So he wants to be left alone, and he wants to be cautioned with the United States. He really doesn't want any problems with us. He just wants us to leave him alone, and he wants to be he wants strength, and he's being cautious with us because I don't think he really wants war. This seems like he doesn't really want war, but we'll see the other cards. The moon in reverse. He like I said, he doesn't want to be emotional, even though he is sometimes emotional, like his threats. So, yeah, and he's confused and overcome with fear because he's worried about what the future holds with Russia and through the United States. So he's fearful about our United States and the Russian relationship, and he wants to find truth, and he doesn't want, and he has anxiety over it. I guess he's stressed out over his relationship with the United States, Russia and the United States, him and the United States. So yeah, he's has so much anxiety from, the moon wouldn't be that much. The reverse is, yeah, he has, I feel like so this is a water sign. I feel like he has a lot of anxiety and fears, and he wants to find the truth. He wants a better outcome with the United States. He doesn't want to have wars, but he will do it if he has to. Acceptance of moving on, finding peace, personal setback, self-forgiveness. So this is the reverse of the Five of Cups. He will accept what happens. He wants to move on from all this fighting with the United States, and he wants to find peace. That surprised him because he always threatens it. So it's in setbacks, and he wants to self-forgiveness. All right, I'm going to ask a question. This might be controversial. Is he willing? I know people want to know this, and I'm willing. Would he be willing to, the button if push comes to shove? I would not want that. So I'm just going to ask. Hopefully he wouldn't. He'd be smart. So would he be willing to, how he does his threats? Would he really do that? Sorry, cards get mixed up. This is kind of makes me nervous asking this, but people want to know, would he be willing to do it? Hopefully not. I don't think he's going to be watching. People in Russia will watch this. I think they're very, they monitor what people watch. But would he be willing to do that and not be smart about it? Would he be willing to press, the button, start World War III? It doesn't have to be nuclear or whatever. God. Uh-oh. It says he might, but let's see, disapproval, abandonment, withdrawal. Well, that seems good. He wants to withdraw. He doesn't want to have fighting. Doesn't want a war, which is good. Disappointment. This is the cups upright. He wants disappointment. He feels disappointed at the way things are going with the United States and with us, and he wants to withdraw. He wants to walk away from having fighting with America and other countries. He doesn't want, and Ukraine also. I think he wants to fix it with Ukraine and not have any more fighting. So he wants a peaceful, which is good. So I guess that's a no. And he can be impulsive. That's the King of Wands. He can be impulsive, which doesn't surprise me. He's ruthless and he haste stuff, and he does hasty decisions. So we're not surprised on that. So yeah, he does hasty decisions, but I think he really doesn't mean it. He talks a good talk, but he's not going to do the walk. So that's good. Fruit of his labors. This is the Nine of Pentacles. It's a money card, or it's a home card with all the pentacles. You see her having the bird and doing the work. Fruits of the labor. So he wants to be a good leader for Russia. He doesn't want to have problems with the United States, like I said. He's disappointed how things are going with the president of America, Joe Biden. He wants us to get along. He wants to get along with the United States. He doesn't want problems. He can be impulsive. He says things, but he's not going to really do it. So that is a relief. And he's self-effective, and he just talks the talk. So basically, he would not do it, which is great. He would not do it. He's that type of person who does a lot of hot air and says stuff. He talks the talk, but he doesn't the walk, which is good in this case. So no, he just wants peace and harmony with the United States. He would not do any wars, World War III, any kind, like nuclear, that would be deadly, or any other kind of wars. He won't do that. He's not going to do that. Thank God for that. That's good news. So that's peace. And have a good day, everybody, until my next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye.